I watched the entire first 8 seasons of SG-1 in 2 weeks.
You would sit at home, watch it on DVD or something.
Nope, VHS.
So a truck arrived to your home filled with VHS tape. You had to clear a whole room, I guess.
I got 3 massive boxes were shipped to me. So I started watching it and I was like, oh God. And then there were a couple of episodes early on. Torment of Tantalus, is that? No, that's Star Trek. Yeah, I saw Kirk and Spock, and I went, that's a great relationship. No, there was a couple episodes early on, and then there were a number of episodes into the run that I thought were really, really good. And I enjoyed it, and I liked the team, and I liked the feel of the show. So at that point, I was like, oh yeah, this would be great. This would be good. This would be fun. And it was.
So you knew what you were getting into because Rick was leaving the show.
You make it sound like I should have known better. I knew that there would be fans of the show who hated it. 1, because I'm not Rick. Mm-hmm. 2, because Samantha Carter should have been in charge of the show at that point, or somebody else, but not the outsider. Having said that, in the military, they move people around all the time. No one stays in the same job for very long. So it's very real to bring in someone who is above the level of the people on the team, but that's not necessarily what the fans would have wanted. They love the team. Mm-hmm. They love SG-1. They love the dynamic between Carter and O'Neill and Jackson and Teal'c. So my job was to come in, do my job, and integrate into the team. That's why you watch all 8 seasons of the show before you go on it, so that you know what the show is and you know what it is that the show requires, not what Ben Browder, the actor, requires.
Wow, that's a profound answer.
Taky milujete SG-1? Teď o víkendu máte jedinečnou šanci potkat Daniela Jacksona u nás na Comic Conu Junior, což je normální kon pro dospělí s programem navíc pro děti. A bacha, z besedy s Michaelem Shanksem nebudeme moct vydat kompletní záznam, takže jediná šance, jak si ho naplno užít, je dovalit za náma do Brna. Těším se na vás.
What I liked about when Mitchell came to the show, that the dynamics really changed. Like, for example, Teal'c became much more active. Like you were kind of Mitchell was trying to force Teal'c into doing more action and not just being observing and indeeding the whole time, you know. How was the experience of trying to push Chris Judge to do something more active?
I shamed him mercilessly. I love doing action, or at least I loved doing action when I was a younger man. So when I came on the show, I know that visually you can get much more interesting stuff if the actor is actually doing 95% of the stunts. And so I showed up, and if there was something like a ratchet pull where a ratchet pull is where they take the actor or the stuntman and they attach, they'll put a harness on them and they'll attach a rope to them. Mm-hmm. And that rope will extend off to a pulley. And then they will pull the rope and the actor flies off into the air, right? Or the stuntman flies off into the air. So the first time a ratchet pull came up, I went, yeah, I want to do that. And Chris kind of looked at me and shook his head and went, my knees, my back. Because they hadn't been doing stunts. Because Rick apparently didn't like doing stunts. I don't know. I wasn't around. But so the stunt team had been doing almost all the stunts and been doing almost all the fights. And the running, the jumping, the falling, the ratchet pulls and things like that. And I find those kinds of things exciting to do. Like jump out of a plane, let's do it. Parachutes, like it. So when we went to the Arctic to shoot for Continuum, And we were with the Navy for a week, 300 miles north of the Arctic Circle on an ice floe with the U.S. Navy. And Amanda and I went, and Chris Judge discovered that they had bears north of the Arctic Circle and didn't want to go. How can you not want to go to the Arctic and stand on the ice and maybe break through and fall into the ocean? So I like the adventure. I like the physical stuff, even though as one gets older, you try to limit doing certain stupid things, which I'm not particularly good at. I pulled a hamstring pole vaulting a few weeks ago.
Pole vaulting?
Pole vaulting, yeah.
That's like
Stab,
when you
hop, sprung,
run
yeah.
with the stick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I coached that. Pull a hamstring. Yeah, I like doing it, and I think because I was doing the stunts and Teal'c was supposed to be action man, he felt like he had to do stunts. It's like, bro, it's okay, you got bad knees. You don't need to do that. But yeah, I impinged on his masculinity. What are you drinking?
Nothing really, but it's completely non-alcoholic cola light and room light something. Cheers.
Non-alcoholic rum.
No, yeah.
That's a hell of a thing. Must have got that from the Cuban connection.
Cuban?
Rum is Cuban.
Cuban. Oh, I heard cumin and it didn't make sense. Maybe I should stop drinking that.
No. You should. Go ahead. Go on.
Okay, cheers then.
Cheers.
V obramburky se nerozdělí.
Oh, what did you say?